Welcome to my new schoolroom tour. This year we made a ton of changes in the way that we homeschool. Previously we have been using classical conversations, and last year I had 5 students enrolled in the challenge program and 4 students enrolled in the foundations program. It was a bit crazy, but we completely changed the way that we do everything. And we changed curriculum and we changed our setup as well. I have this really big room that we had been using as a living room, and this side behind me was basically completely empty. And so I decided to transform it into a room that we could get all of our studying done in, that was more equipped for school, and a room that I would enjoy being in. So while the other side of it was decorated, and that's where like our television is and our sofas, this side behind me was basically just empty for the most part. So I went with, I've been working on transforming it into, by the time I'm done, I want it to look like an English library, basically. So I'm not finished yet, but I've definitely gotten started. And that was the theme that I kept in mind when I was purchasing furniture and all the other things. So let me give you a tour of our new setup. Okay, the first thing that I want to point out is this beautiful Persian rug that I bought. It is a gigantic rug. The whole rug, it still isn't in the frame. It's really huge. I don't have the measurements, but it's enormous. It's a hand-knotted Persian rug, and I got it at a consignment store, and my friend gave me a great deal on it. I got it for $500. So that is a lot, but this rug will literally last forever. So it was well worth it, and I felt like this rug went a really long way in helping me accomplish my goal of having the room look like an English library. So I found this. This is actually a desk. So it has this drawer here that we use to keep paper and pencils and things in. But I found this desk also at a consignment shop. It's cherry and it has this glass top. It's a great size. I keep 2 students here on this side, and then 1 on this end, 1 on the other end. This is my chair here. And then George sits here when he's sitting. And they do kind of switch around some. If somebody needs help and someone's already sitting in that chair at that end, then I'll put a child here that I can help directly. But then I have them across the table. My 2 oldest students sit here and here. Well, my 2 oldest students that I'm still actively schooling. So that would be the 11-year-old and down are in this room with me. Everyone else is more self-led and online classes, so they're not in the room with us. So the 11-year-old, the 9-year-old, the 7-year-old, the 6-year-old, and George. So this is my little chair, and so I'm sitting here conducting class, basically. So I love this table. I wanted to keep all of the wood cherry because I felt like that was that would help me accomplish that library feel. So we have our piano over here. This was here before, but it fit well over here once we got the rug in and everything. That is our experimental composting pumpkin there. This bookcase is obviously white, and we're going to be taking that out. I'll explain that in a few minutes, but you know, I have a map up here, our cursive handwriting chart, and then we have our whiteboard. So we use the whiteboard a lot throughout the day, not just me, but students as well. And in the morning, we always go over, these are fine art flashcards. So the kids are memorizing the name of the painting, the artist, and the art period. And then up here are our birds. So we're doing a bird study. So they're memorizing the bird's name, and then they're learning to identify the bird's song. Then we have a manner of the week up here as well. So this is all part of like our morning learning that we all do together, a flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. And then we move over here. Oh, before I move to this, let me show you this. So 1 week in, I bought this cart because I was constantly having to get up and get back down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and it was wasting so much time. So I bought this wheelie cart off of Amazon, and I just keep it basically right here. And this has my teacher's manuals, a binder with printouts that I've already done, my hole punch, my 3-hole punch, a corner hole punch for flashcards, and all of the papers that I need to grade. So it stays right beside me. It has made life so much better. Okay, so now let's come over here. I bought this piece of furniture again at a thrift store. Everything is thrifted. I think actually the whiteboard is new, but even the piano is thrifted. So I bought this. This is actually an entertainment center for an old school television, not a flat screen, but the kind that they had before, that we used before. And so I bought this and had my husband actually put in these dividers here with plywood. And then, so there's these two down here. Each one of these cubbies belongs to a student. And then over here, we have this one, and then this is all flashcards up here. Over here, my top 2 cubbies, I need to organize them more, but this is basically a bunch of read aloud books that we're going through and flashcards. And then over here, these are the art cards that we haven't gotten to, bird cards that we haven't gotten to, and then some that just didn't fit on the board that we still go over every day. They're on a ring. So this is all, it's organized enough for me to be able to find exactly what I need. Down here, so this is my 9-year-old's books. I bought these bins at Target, and this has all of their stuff in it, including books that they will be reading, that they haven't gotten to yet, read alouds. Everything is here, so it's all put together, so we don't have to go searching for things at the beginning of each week. This is the 11-year-old's box, and then both of my 5 and 6-year-old actually have 2 boxes. So this is the front box that we're working out of, and then you can kind of see there's another box behind there that has all the different read alouds. So both of them have 2 boxes in here. That's why their boxes are going widthwise like that. And then up here, I have all of my teacher's manuals. And I have them organized. They're all labeled so that, you know, I can find exactly what I need to check work and to go over things. Everybody basically has 2 boxes of teacher's manuals. And then also I have 1 box for my 8th grader and 1 box for my 9th grader. And so this is super helpful because I can find exactly what I need pretty quickly. So that has been fantastic as well. So let me show you now over here. Okay, so this wall, this wall right here used to have 2 banks of lockers, and it was great while we were using it, but we really used it mostly for school books. And we decided once I went over to the box system, we didn't really use the lockers nearly as much. So we turned, cut that part out, Shalise. I thought I should put my face back up here so that it's not just standing at a wall. Okay, so we actually turned my office into a gym. And so I thought, well, let's put the lockers in the gym because that is a better place for them, and we can keep shoes and coats, hats, gloves, those sorts of things in the lockers now instead of books. So we moved those into the gym, and now I have this nice sized blank wall behind me. So I'm actually going to be putting bookshelves, the whole length, well, not the whole, this section of the wall from window to window is going to have bookshelves. And so that's why the white bookshelves over there are going to be moving their way out. I'll probably actually put that in a child's room. But we're going to have all the bookshelves we need back here finally, which will be fantastic. I'm going to be buying them from IKEA, the Hemnes, which I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but the Hemnes line is all wood. It's not the fiberboard. So that's what we're going to be buying and installing there. But before I do that, I'm actually going to be painting this room because this room is painted, it's a cream color, but it is flat paint, which a family that has any children at all really should not be using flat paint. But a family with 10 children and flat paint really truly does not mix. The whole room is flat paint. And this room, it's a large room. This is a very large room. And it's all flat paint, which means that there's so many smudges that are just driving me insane. So I'm gonna actually be painting this whole room, which is a huge task. But before I paint the whole room, I'm just gonna focus on this wall right behind me so that I can have the wall painted, put my bookshelves up, and then I don't have to move my bookshelves. So I've got my brushes, I've got the paint, I've got my rollers. I just need to get started. I might get started this weekend. But as soon as I get this wall painted, then Ryan and I are gonna go on up to IKEA, grab the bookcases. He and the boys will get them put together for me, and I can, you know, finish this out, which it's gonna look so nice. I cannot wait. And then the rest of the room I will get to. You know, I'm not gonna try and do it all in one weekend because I don't want to just completely tire myself out, but little by little we'll get this room painted, and it's going to be a beautiful dark bluish gray color. I actually painted my little boy's room that color earlier, or I guess I should say last year. I painted their room that color. I'll have to look it up and I'll put it on the video, but it's a beautiful, beautiful color. And I think it'll just look so nice in here. Over here, you can kind of see the sofas that we have are an olive green color. We have 3 different sofas, and they're all, 2 of them are leather and 1 of them is velvet. So I think it'll just go a long way in making this room look even more like the English library that I want it to look like. So this is our schoolroom. I'm gonna do a video coming up, it's on my schedule, for why we left Classical Conversations and why we chose Memoria Press, which is the curriculum that we switched over to. It was a really big decision. We spent a lot of time trying to make sure we were doing the right thing, and now we've been doing it for half a year. So I thought that might be a good topic to discuss. But I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you have any questions about any of the setup, just let me know. I'd be happy to answer those for you in the comments. And I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.